Girls are the most wonderful thing in the world.
Willpower's down, your power's up.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and you and me are going to have a girly chat about growing up and some of the things that happen to your body as you get older. And all-girl group Cleopatra have something to say about that as well.
When I was about 11, that's when I first started growing up. And I used to go in my mum's bedroom and put on all her bras, knowing that they were too big for me, so I was flat-chested anyway. I used to go around with a bra on like that, thinking that it was fitting me perfectly.
Trisha Kreitman writes the problem page for popular Ms. magazine, and she has a few things to say about growing up as well.
I get about 400 letters every week, and lots of them are from girls your age who are really worried about the changes that are taking place as they grow up. You already know that your body's going to change, but some of you around now or in the next few years may find that you start to feel very differently about the people around you, your family and your friends, but most importantly about yourselves and who you are.
I could be really girly if I want to know, all flirty and I can be really macho,
I never really used to play with dolls. I think I was a bit more of a tomboy.
Just can't be the boys all the time doing the sports.
Coping with the idea of growing up can be a bit scary, but in fact when you're doing it, it all seems very straightforward and it just happens naturally. But some people do get in a bit of a muddle.
Well, there's two people in our year who are going out.
What is going out exactly? Because you never go out to the cinema with them, do you? And you never go... And you staying in school.
Yeah, it's just a slang for we are now boyfriend and girlfriend. Because that's really long. When you go out with them, they change personalities. From being completely ignorant and obnoxious to going really nice and sweet.
On Valentine's Day, this boy in class 9 gave Harry a Valentine's card. It said, "To Harry, I love you very much."
I went out with another boy, and that lasted for about 2 hours because he dumped me.
They're so ignorant towards you, as if you're just some puny little animal.
Some girls write and say they're really worried because they don't like boys and they think there might be something wrong with them.
The boys come up to you and ping your bras.
The whole thing about sexual attraction and fancying people kicks in at different ages, and it just may not have happened to you yet.
I would like to meet a boy that looks like someone at 5.
Having a crush, whether it's on a pop star or somebody that you see on the bus to school, is the most amazing feeling because you feel you're just absolutely in love with them and that's all you can think about. Don't worry, that's all right. It's a very normal part of growing up. And it is like love, it's a practice for love, and all the same chemicals are going around in your body, making you feel like that. One day, you'll feel like this for somebody that you're in a relationship with, and it'll be fantastic.
My mum just thinks I'm still a little girl, but I'm not.
You can actually do a lot to help that by trying to train your parents to recognise how much you're growing up. Not by making demands and screaming and shouting and having big sulks, but by trying to talk to them as adults and reason with them and try to reach a compromise. Show them that you can be sensible, and often they learn to be sensible too.
I do have a bra, but it's just for safety, just in case.
I wouldn't want to start my period either. It's something that I just don't want to do, but I'm going to have to because it's part of life.
I've been looking, I've been searching just to find a little fun. Thought that I would never give me some. So I got myself together and I found this little song. Now I got a party going on, 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 on.
Thinking about all these changes to come might feel a bit scary, but you've got to remember that you've done a lot of growing up already and you've survived that okay, haven't you?
When I was a baby, the most important people in my life were the ones who cared for me, like my mum and dad and my gran.
When I met other kids, I was curious. I thought, what's that? At school I started to make loads of friends.
The funny thing is, all the top year kids seem like giants, grown-ups.
Mum and Dad are still important to me, but also my friends, people I can talk to.
I don't like boys much, really.
But there is one that isn't quite so bad.
The funny thing is, now I'm actually in the top here, I don't feel like a grown-up at all.
We've been talking about changes, but very soon you're going to be experiencing the most exciting changes you'll probably ever have in your life, and that's puberty.
Most of you will know something about puberty already, but sometimes you imagine the most awful things are going to happen. Yes, your body does change shape, but not like that. Your nipples and breasts will start to swell and fill out, together. Yes, you'll grow more hair under your arms and around your genitals, but not that much. Your sweat glands will be more active and you might get just some spots. Yes, your periods will start, but you won't be a hospital case. Your moods will change, but it will be happening to everyone else too. Ta-da! Hormones. Chemicals in your blood cause these changes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Everyone goes through it, and everyone comes through it.
Yeah.
So, what's going through puberty like? The best people to ask are people it's happened to. Take me, for example. I suppose I'm your typical teenager. I've been through puberty, and now I'm another kid who's grown up. Yeah, look, that's me. I was 10 there. And this is the new model, 5 years later. A bit different, eh? Of course, I'm still me, but quite a few things have changed. I suppose one of the biggest worries most girls have is starting your periods. So, let's talk about periods. Periods, or menstruation to use the proper name, are a natural part of a woman's life. Right from the start inside our body, there's a system which is special to women. At puberty, hormones bring about changes in the ovaries and the womb, the two main parts in our body to do with having babies.
It happens to all of us. It happened to our mums, and her, and a mum. In fact, right the way back to the first woman, I suppose.
Inside our ovaries, there are tiny eggs which will grow into babies if they're fertilised by a male sperm. At puberty, the ovaries take turns each month to release an egg. The egg is sucked along the fallopian tube to the womb. The journey takes about 3 days. Hormones cause the womb to develop a blood-filled lining, ready to receive the egg if it's fertilised.
Each egg is special, you see. After all, it could grow into a baby. So, each one gets its own lining, its own special place.
If the egg isn't fertilised, it just dies away. The thickened lining of the womb isn't needed, so both the lining and the egg are expelled from the body through the vagina.
And that's what we call having a period. It's what we women deal with every month. It's what I'm dealing with now. Can you tell? What do you think? Yeah, I think I'll have that.
You only bleed for a few days, and you deal with it either by using tampons which you put inside your vagina, or sanitary towels which you wear inside your pants. Most of us start off with towels.
You've got to remember that all women have periods. Your mum, your granny, your mum's friends, your friends' mums, and the women teachers at school. So you can always find somebody to ask for help if you're not sure about something. I get lots of letters from girls saying things like, well, will I have to get up in the night to change my towel? Or will everybody know when I'm on? Will I still be able to go to the loo? Can I go swimming? All those sorts of things. In fact, the answers to that is don't panic. Everything just carries on as normal when you've got a period. But it is important to be able to talk to somebody and ask them.
It's cool to talk about things that happen to us as we get older. You find out that what's happening to you is happening to everyone else. Want some more girl talk? Well, it's coming at you.
Hi, I'm Yona and I'm 15. Hi, I'm Cleo and I'm 17. Hi, I'm Zenem and I'm 18.
Do you still get on? Are you quite close?
Just like sisters,
Just
we
like normal
argue,
sisters. Yeah, you
scream at each other all the time.
So what about your first bra? Do you remember that? Was it a big deal?
The first time I went to buy a bra I was 11. And I was like, Mum, it's not comfortable, it doesn't feel right, it's not all the way down here like my vest. Where's my vest gone? But I got pretty used to it.
So do you remember when you started your periods then? What it was like?
Oh, well, the funniest thing was, right, because Zenem was the oldest and stuff like that, so we used to go, Zenem, what's wrong with you? Because like she always used to be off school anytime she had period pain or anything like that. And we're like, Mom, why is Zenem skiving in school? Because we want to do it as well. She's like, oh, you know, Zenem's growing up and stuff like that. So Mum just explained to us what was wrong and how things happen and stuff like that.
I remember when I started, I was quite happy because I was a woman. And
Yeah, I remember in school when my friends used to say it's going to hurt and everything and it's going to be so bad you can't wear white trousers. And I was like, But I said, my mum said it's going to be fine, it's just a natural thing that happens.
do your periods affect you on tour?
When we're doing stage performances, I think we're kind of more aware of it, so that we're more protected and stuff like that. And sometimes you don't realise that you're actually on when you're on stage, but when you come off, you're like, toilet, toilet.
What happens then when you get a spot and you have to go on top of the pops?
When a spot comes up, it's like major things going on. Everyone's running up and down the stairs, looking in the mirrors like, and Mum's like, don't worry about it, it will go away.
Do you remember your first kiss?
My first boyfriend was when I was 13. It's the first guy I kissed. I was like, am I going to do this right? Do I need to practice? And I was like, Mum, there's this boy, right? And she goes, have you kissed him? And I was like, no. She goes, well, whatever you do, don't use your tongues. I was like, why would you use your tongues to kiss? She goes, all right, that's all right. And then when I kissed him, I found out why. I was like, oh, this is nice.
Well, thanks for talking to us, girls. It's been a brilliant girly talk. And good luck with everything you're doing with your new album and everything.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Good luck.
Cleopatra! Stop jumping on the bed. Can't you hear the neighbour banging downstairs? Keep the noise down.
Sorry, Mum.
When you're growing up, it's easy to think you're the only person it's happening to. The thing is, it's happening to everyone else, boys as well, but not in the same way. Puberty can be a bit of a muddle for all of us, but Trisha Kreitman offers a couple of things that can help us through that muddle.
Remember that everyone's different and not everyone goes through the same stages at the same time. Secondly, never be scared to get help. Bottling up worries really doesn't do you any good.
Your body's going to do its own thing when it's good and ready. But the more you know, the more relaxed you'll feel about it. See ya!